Hey everybody, Console Collector here. Today, I just want to take you guys down the mainline Pokemon games, all the way back from Red and Blue up to Ultra Sun and Moon. So we'll take a look at the cover arts. I'll just give you a little information about each one. The Pokemon series is one of my personal favorites. I played it a lot as a child. I remember getting Pokemon Red for my birthday back in '98. So ever since, I've been a big fan of the series. So we're going to start off here with Pokemon Red. This is the game that started the franchise for me. It was released in 1998 alongside Pokemon Blue. Pokemon Red features Charizard on the cover. And then right beside it here we have Pokemon Blue, which was also released in 1998, featuring Blastoise on the cover. I remember these two games very fondly, playing and trading with friends. So we go up to the following year, 1999, we have Pokemon Yellow Special Pikachu Edition. I remember when this came out, and I expected it to be a brand new game, but to my surprise, it was just a rehash of Red and Blue with a few extra features. The most notable feature was Pikachu would follow you around as you walked in the overworld, which only Pikachu would, no other Pokemon. We didn't see that option or feature until later on in the series. So after the Special Pikachu Edition, we have Pokemon Gold and Silver. Now, the anticipation and hype for these games when I was a kid was insane. After playing Stadium on 64 and hearing a new set of Pokemon coming out, it was just very exciting. Gold and Silver came out in the year 2000. As you can see, Pokemon Gold features Ho-Oh on the cover, and Silver has Lugia. What's nice about these boxes is they're actually like a foil, so they're actually pretty nice. So moving on, in the fashion of Yellow, we have Pokemon Crystal. This is kind of just a rehash of Gold and Silver with some extra features. I actually played Crystal a lot. It was a really good game. It's actually one of my favorite games to date still. Just too bad the batteries always die in these older cartridges, especially Gold, Silver, and Crystal, so it hinders me from playing as much as I'd like. Again, we see it has the kind of foil cover, which just has Suicune on the cover. That's how I pronounce it. Pokemon Crystal was released in 2001. So, fast forward from the Game Boy and Game Boy Color games, we take the jump to Game Boy Advance, where we got the first Game Boy Advance games, Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire. Again, they were back with the foil kind of artwork on the front, which is pretty nice. Ruby and Sapphire came out in 2003. Ruby features Groudon on the front, as Sapphire features Kyogre. These two games basically overhauled the entire series. New engine, upgraded graphics, double battles were introduced in these two versions. These games is where I was kinda on the tail end of my Pokemon craze. I was a teenager, it was kinda dying out. Pokemon wasn't the cool thing back then. So I did play and complete these games, and I enjoyed them. It was a fresh change. I didn't like that they were not backwards compatible for trading. So all my old Pokemon that I worked so hard on were long gone. So after Ruby and Sapphire, we got Emerald. Now this one has a really nice box. It's got kind of like a shimmer to it. This one features Rayquaza on it, or Rayquaza, however you decide to pronounce it. This game came out in 2005, which it actually came out after Fire Red and Leaf Green, but I just keep it here beside these guys. It's what Yellow and Crystal was to Ruby and Sapphire, kind of the third. They just rehashed the game, added features. This was the last Pokemon game I played originally as a child. After Emerald, I did complete it. I did play Fire Red, but after Emerald, that was it. I never played the games after that until later in life. So continuing in 2004, we did get the remakes of Red and Blue, Fire Red and Leaf Green, which, for those don't know, Japan got Red and Green, as we got Red and Blue. Japan did get Blue later on. We never saw Green. So on the cover of Fire Red, we do have Charizard again. Kind of a nice foil cover again. And then Leaf Green, we have Venusaur. And it's the same foil kind of backing. So these were the Emerald, Fire Red, and Leaf Green were the last Game Boy Advance Pokemon games. Like I said, this is where I got off the Pokemon train. So, just while I'm here, you can see I have the big boxes of Heart Gold and Soul Silver. They're a nice foil box. They came with the Poke Walker, which basically allowed you to train your Pokemon on the go. So if we just look over here really quick, we will see that the next in the franchise is Pokemon Diamond and Pearl. And again, really nice cover art. So as you can see, it kind of goes rainbowed there. Pearl and Diamond were released in 2007. These were the first games for the Nintendo DS. Pearl featuring Palkia on the front. Diamond featuring Dialga. These again got a new engine, complete overhaul, added features. Took the series into the next generation of gaming. I have completed every single main series Pokemon game now, so I can say that the 4th gen, which is Diamond and Pearl, introduced a lot of great Pokemon. It's actually one of my favorite gens of Pokemon. So after Diamond and Pearl in 2009, 2 years later, they brought out Pokemon Platinum, featuring Giratina. Another cool cover art here. This is the same thing as previous installments, like Yellow, Crystal, and Emerald. It's a rehash of Diamond and Pearl, added features, new story modes or lines and all that stuff. So after Platinum, we dip into Soul Silver and Heart Gold. Now these are remakes, just like Fire Red and Leaf Green were. These are remakes of Gold and Silver. And in my personal opinion, these are the best games in the Pokemon franchise. I personally had Heart Gold. This is the game that, when they were released in 2010, got me to pick up a DS and give it a go. I picked up Heart Gold when it was released. So after Emerald, Heart Gold is the first Pokemon game that I played, and it kind of got me back into the franchise. So I had a 5 or so year gap in my Pokemon game playing. So as I said before, these two came with the big boxes, and they had the Poke Walker, which lets you download your Pokemon to the Poke Walker, and you could actually take it out, kind of like a step counter thing, and train your Pokemon. Again, on these covers, you see we have Lugia, and then we have Ho-Oh, again, reprising their cover art rules. So after Heart Gold and Soul Silver, we've seen the Gen 5 Pokemon games. Pokemon Black and Pokemon White. Now after Heart Gold, I skipped out on these again. I just thought, oh, there's too many Pokemon. And, you know, sometimes I feel like there still is, but I did eventually play these games, and they're not bad games. Gen 5 has some okay Pokemon. Personally, Black and White were just mediocre Pokemon games. So, on Pokemon Black here, you can see we have Reshiram, and then on White we have Zekrom. Now, getting to Pokemon Black 2 and White 2, this is where things really got good, in my opinion. I picked up Black and Black 2 together at the same time, and I thought, hey, I better play Black before I get to Black 2. So I basically rushed through Black almost because I heard Black 2 was significantly better. This was more than just a rehash in this case now. They took the game and added so much and changed so much. They made these Gen 5 games just amazingly better. My opinion, Pokemon Black 2, and I guess White 2 as well, are the second best games in the series. I'll explain why, but first let's look at, here we got Kyurem, if that's how you pronounce it. The fusion here with Zekrom on Black 2's cover, and then we have Kyurem fused with Reshiram on the White 2 cover. So these games have great stories and lots to do, but the one thing that makes this game so amazing to me is the World Tournament. Once you complete the game, post-game, you get to go and fight every single gym leader and champion, and gym leader and champion up to these points in the game. So we're talking about Red and Blue. You know, you get trainers like Flannery, Blaine, Sabrina. You get Jasmine from 2nd Gen. Just wow, these games. Cynthia from Diamond and Pearl, the champion. The World Tournament was just a nostalgic trip, and I loved it. Pokemon Black 2 really got me back hardcore into the franchise. I played Heart Gold, that got me back in. Kind of played Diamond and Pearl and worked my way through Black, but when I hit Black 2 and I got to that World Tournament, it reminded me about everything I loved about the Pokemon series. So if you're looking to play some Pokemon games, needless to say, Black and White 2 are really high up on my list for Pokemon fans new or old to play. This is also the last 2 games in the series that kind of kept the traditional game style, kind of, because they went to basically full 3D after this. So speaking of 3D, after White 2 and Black 2 came out in 2012, in 2013 we were treated to a full makeover of the Pokemon series, Pokemon X and Y. These games are great. I was really hesitant on them, but you know, they look great. They have some decent Pokemon. I don't have a lot to say about them, but they are great entries in the franchise. Here we can see Xerneas on Pokemon X and Yettle on Pokemon Y, which Yettle is the bacon bird to me when he's got the shiny form. I did play X, so. And then we have next the Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. These are full remakes in the 3D engine, same style as X and Y. They're mediocre games, I thought. They took the old game, put a new story, or up the story, up the graphics. They're not bad. They're mediocre entries. Those two were released in 2014. Now we're into the current games. We have Pokemon Sun and Moon. I don't have a lot to say about these games. I played Moon. I couldn't beat it, honestly. They changed the formula. I am not a big fan. I don't like that they took away gyms. I'm fine with the Pokemon, fine with the theme, but taking the gyms away and having trials really turned me off. So I can't give a fair opinion of this game. I just initially didn't like what I played. I'd say I probably got halfway through Moon and I quit. I just have no interest. I can't get into it. I feel like Sun and Moon killed my passion for current Pokemon games, unfortunately. So I'm hoping the games on the Switch will, or the new game coming on the Switch will hopefully picked that up for me. So over here we have the Sun and Moon steel case set that I got with my Sun and Moon. I did open it. And then finally here I have the Ultra Sun and Moon with the steel case. It's still sealed. Like I was saying, I just don't have the will to play it, I guess. I got to get through Moon before I open this up and try it. This is a rehash, apparently, from what I've heard, of Sun and Moon. So really not looking forward to anything in it. I'm sure I'll get around to it one day and get a proper opinion, but I feel like Sun and Moon have killed the franchise for me personally. I'm sure lots of people love the series, or these games, these installments. So I tell you the guys in the cover, but I don't even know who they are, so I can't help you there. Alright, well, thank you everyone for sitting through this little Pokemon timeline. Again, if you want to get into the franchise or play some older games, Heart Gold, Soul Silver, Black 2 and White 2 are definitely my recommendations. So, I am the Console Collector. I want to thank everybody for watching. Let me know what your favorite Pokemon game was in this series. So until the next video, happy gaming.